Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Hello everyone, it is Carrie, and today we are talking about an update that came out earlier today actually, while I was asleep after work, because work, my job is really not all that fun. But anyway, I want to talk to you about the newest update for the Kickstarter, for the Mercenaries Kickstarter, because I'm for some reason repeating myself here. But anyway, so what we have here is shipping support and street dates, and I'm going through this the first time with you, and I'm just going to give you my thoughts, and we're going to go over it. I have to leave here in a couple hours, so let's go through this, and hopefully it shouldn't take us nearly that long to go through it. All right, so first thing we have here, they are addressing the shortages, and looking at it, what it looks like is they've talked about the issues they're having with some stuff that they needed to get, I guess, for the shortages they were having. They're looking about 2 to 3 weeks in production time, and then getting it to their hubs. And I do know that in reading through this here, it looks like the House Arano Challenge coin is still part of that holdup. And what I find interesting, apparently there were two kinds of challenge coins for House Arano. One was a enamel coin, the other one was the standard one. The enamel coin is apparently what's holding it up. And you can contact QML. They can remove it from the order. Now, mind you, it does remove it permanently, and you get $10 of store credit through Catalyst Game Labs. So if that's a route you want to go, you are able to go through that. And they give us an update on the waves. So wave 1, which ships if you paid before May 17th of this year, it is waiting for restocks. Wave 2 has not started shipping yet, but also should start shipping after they have their restocks. And Wave 3 has not, if you're in Wave 3, you haven't been charged yet. So that one, people are still waiting on. Also, the retail backers, let's see, they've been paid prior to August 12th, will be fulfilled at the end of Wave 2 and will not be held for Wave 3. So we have an update on those waves and when they should be shipping, or well, not so much when they should be shipping, but what's holding that shipping up and what will cause that shipping to start again. Now, we also have damages and lost shipments, what to do, and they pretty much let you know here, contact QML, which makes sense because, yeah, I mean, the shipping part of it is not in Catalyst's hands, and if you're having a problem with the shipping end of it, that would be QML that you need to contact. Now, they do have also support for late backers, and it does let you know as far as if you need any support, what to do with being able to get support. And they do have if you have any other questions that aren't pre-addressed, they do have a button where you can send a request to Catalyst, and they let you know to check your spam folder for any replies. Now, that all right there, that's basic stuff. But what interests me is we have some street dates, or I'm going to call them quasi street dates, because, well, I don't know. I think this is wishful thinking, okay? And I'll explain why in a minute here. So I have seen some of this online already circulating, but I do think there is a danger here of over-promising and under-delivering, which would not be the best look. I'm going to be honest. like I said, I'm a big supporter of Catalyst. I've said that in the past. Catalyst Game Labs, Iron Wind Metals, support both of them. They are both awesome, companies. They're doing great things for BattleTech. But the issue is this is a dangerous line to tread. Of saying, yes, we will have these things out in these months. Okay. Normally, Catalyst gives us quarters. And if any of you are out there listening and you're like, Catalyst never sticks to the quarter that they say, think of it in fiscal quarters, not in, um, what am I thinking of? Not in calendar quarters. So quarter one of a calendar year is January, February, March. Quarter one of a fiscal year is April, May, June. So quarter one is April, May, June. June, July, August is quarter two. September, October. Hold up, did I do that right? I'd have to look. But anyway, basically it's 3 months off. And that's because fiscal years do not run the same as calendar years. So anyway, getting back into what I'm slightly worried about here is the promises of things getting released. First of all, you have Force Manual Davian, September release, Universe Standard Edition, September release, Mercenaries Paint Set, September release. Now, I want to say, and I'd have to check my sources, I want to say that all three of these are out. I'm not sure. I have to check. But I think all three of these are out already. Hotspots Hinterlands is November, so we skip October. Ilkon's Eyes Only, which is something I've been waiting on. I am very excited for December. So hopefully some of you in the holiday season can see Ilkon's Eyes Only showing up. And then drop ships, so the plastic drop ships, they're anticipating a 2025 release. So beyond that, we have something here about the Kickstarter releases and how they should be coming first. Okay, let's see here. And it says Kickstarter release first, and it looks like some of the things that were projected to be released in October have been moved a little bit further back. And this is done to apparently allow time for Kickstarter fulfillment. I really don't think that these are going to, um, see fulfillment by, or that the Kickstarter is going to see fulfillment by the end of October. Or I guess the end of November, because they've given us a hard date for some of these. So November 11th, or sorry, November 11th, November 27th of this year, they are projecting to have the Mercenaries box out, the Inner Sphere Recon Lance Force Pack, the Battlefield Support Recon and Hunter Lances Force Pack, I'm going to stop saying Battlefield Support in front of it, the Assault and Cavalry Force Pack, the Clan Cavalry Star, the Battlefield Support Salvage Boxes, which we'll talk about here in a minute, Mercenary Salvage Boxes, and Map Pack Savannah. Now, before I go into December, I mean, the Battlefield Support boxes, the salvage boxes, I'm curious to see. So I want to say salvage boxes um, usually run about like $7 if I remember correctly. The the force packs are, oh, what, 40? Yeah, and I think I did the math. It's like $5 a miniature for most of them. Um, I've said what I think about the for the Objectives Force Pack. Ironically enough, if you pull one of the Objectives Force Packs miniatures, you're actually getting a better deal than if you buy the Force Pack, but you have to pull those specifically. Um, but yeah, so I don't know how I feel about that. Also, I didn't get any of the Battlefield Support salvage boxes in my Kickstarter order. I didn't feel the need to, and I should have gotten at least one to see if it comes with one or two vehicles. If any of you out there want to post in the comments and let me know, I would greatly appreciate it. But I have a feeling they just come with one. We'll find out. We also have the I already mentioned those Salvage Box Mercenaries and the Savannah Map Pack. Now we also have December releases that they plan on doing. This is December 11th, 2024. They plan on having these out. The Battle and Fire Lances, BattleTech Encounters, which I think is already out. Barnes & Noble, I thought, had that. Of course, it might have just been a early thing. Who knows? Inner Sphere Lance Pack, Security Lance Force Pack, sorry. The Visigoth Salvage Box, which I don't know. That one I think is interesting. I'm surprised the Savannah Master Box is not up here because that I feel would be more popular than the Visigoth. And statistics, I don't know what this means. So I'm not sure what statistics means. I wonder if that was a error because, yeah, what I wish I was seeing on here was the oh goodness, my brain just I just totally my brain just totally left on that. The aces. That's it. That's what I'm thinking of. I wish I was seeing aces on here by the end of the year. I would take like literally I don't need a box set for aces. Um, I don't know if any of you remember the Q Workshop dice, but something in a package about that big with a rules pamphlet letting you know how, because the rules for aces is super straightforward. And unfortunately, I travel for work. If I didn't, I would totally be filming aces battle reports in my hotels. Well, actually, it's not a bad idea. Anyway, but I would totally be filming aces battle reports if I didn't travel so much for work. Because I have in my house, I have a studio, I have a table big enough for it, I have the whole 9 yards, but I do this on the road now, so yay me. Um, it's also fun doing painting commissions on the road if you ever try to do that. So yeah, I'm not sure what that is, but I wish that said Alpha Strike Aces at the bottom. Because we need a deck of cards and you need a rules pamphlet that explains how it works. I know that box sets are a big thing now. I like the box sets. I like getting all the miniatures in them. But sometimes a simple supplement is an awesome thing to make. So then we have the total order counts from Wave 1 and Wave 2, um, which is interesting to see because it gives us an idea of where all the orders came from. Um, and I mean, obviously, the United States, Canada, and rest of world, which I don't know where else. Yeah, in Australia, I guess South America. But you have Australia, New Zealand with 1,000, the EU with 3,000, the UK with 1,700, Asia with 400, and then US, Canada, and the rest of the world with 20,575 orders, which is amazing. And we have restocks, or we have 14,500 orders completed, currently waiting on restocks. And of course, they expect about 400 orders worldwide for wave 3. Um, and of course, we have a thing here about a personal note. They're basically thanking the backers and thanking us for our patience. And See, okay, so I suspected this. They mentioned this is the largest Kickstarter that Catalyst or QML have ever undertaken. I think the QML one, that's sort of like where we ended up with a lot of the slowdown, but apparently there were also some production issues, which I think is interesting. Uh, let's see, expected maximum of $4 million for the Kickstarter, including Pledge Manager. They almost okay. So after the basic Kickstarter plus Pledge Manager, it's pulled somewhere near $12 million, which is awesome. Um, see, 400 individual items involved, logistical mountain, and anyone who experienced with fulfillment knows that there are always unexpected roadblocks along the way. Partners have been racing to mitigate these as much as possible while still ensuring orders will be accurate when they get out the door. Again, we are so grateful for the kind words of support from so many of you as we keep pushing through our last hurdles. Once these shortages arrive, everything will be full steam ahead. Okay, so yeah, I mean, basically, they're literally waiting on some short items. One of those being the House Arano coin, which I wish they had a different way of handling that. So, and here's the reason I say this. Let's say I had ordered one of those House Arano coins. I'm waiting on my Kickstarter, and Catalyst is like, yeah, no, you get $10 in credit if you dump the House Arano coin from your order, which is all fine and dandy, you know. Um, but it's not really a great solution because, like, if I ordered that thing, right? And given that it's a Kickstarter and it's the challenge coins, so those are one of the harder things to get after the fact because they're not something that is you don't see a ton of production of them. So you see a lot of secondhand selling of the challenge coins because you do have people who buy like everything and then they're like, okay, yeah, no, the only reason I bought all this is to sell it. So you will see the challenge coins. I have seen force packs go for ridiculous amounts. I've seen individual models going for ridiculous amounts, and people are paying it. Like, okay, so I actually went to, and it's not just online. It's not just online. I have been to a store in, oh God, no, not Williamsburg, in Norfolk. Excuse me. Been to a store in Norfolk, and it's kind of like a mixed use store. They have video game stuff, they have like all sorts of things, but they also have like some other odds and ends. And one of those odds and ends was a force pack from the Clan Invasion Kickstarter. Okay, so yeah, so this is not even something that is brand new. Um, and they've got it up for $45. $45. Like, what the hell? So yeah, no, it's ridiculous. And I mean, do I go into the comments section? Do we want to go see what people are saying? You know what? Let me see something real quick. You've been with me for about 20 minutes. If you want to go on into the comments section with me, you are more than welcome. Before I do this, if you are going to be leaving, I want to thank you very much for watching. But I also kind of want to see what people are saying about this. So yeah, let's go into the comments section. And just for everybody, before I do, if you want to support what I'm doing, go ahead and go to patreon.com/unicorn company and sign up as a patron. Um, I'm going to say this, I have 20 people signed up as patrons. Half of them are, oh God, what's it called? I think you can sign up as like a free patron or something just to kind of observe a Patreon. If you're doing that, you're not getting anything really out of the Patreon. Um, the reason I say that is that there's a lot of stuff in there that is like custom cards, anything I do, like if I can get it out early, I do. Like this is sort of spur of the moment, and I was thinking about waiting to do the podcast for this, but it was like, you know what? Let me just get this out there because yeah, it's I don't want to wait till I have the podcast episode finished and everything, which probably isn't releasing until October. Yeah. So, because I've been poking and prodding and I keep rethinking everything and Anyway, I also have like, I'm under a pile of plastic that I'm reviewing and a pile of plastic that I'm painting. So, yeah. Also, if you want to support us, you can go to fortressminiaturesandgames.com, our sponsor. And Bobby is a wonderful guy. He has an amazing online store for BattleTech stuff. He also has stuff for other games as well. And if you need anything for BattleTech, be it miniatures, force packs aren't miniatures, but if you need miniatures, you're either looking for Ironwind Metal or for Catalyst, he's got it. Box sets, he's got it. Rule books, mats, maps, you name it, he's probably got it in his inventory. So go ahead on over there, take a look at fortressminiaturesandgames.com. And also, if you go to the Scrapyard Ork, they have a wonderful selection of BattleTech themed dice, and I have a link in the subscription in the my poor brain. It is, I am fried from last night from working. Of course I got to go back. But if you go down to the description, there is a link to the Scrapyard Ork, and that will help us because we are an affiliate with them. So let's go into the comments, and we're gonna go poke around in there. What would I like to say? I don't want to say anything right now. Let's see. All right, here we go. Items in production complete in 2 to 3 weeks, and that's for production and shipping. See, we got a lot of people are like, I want to cancel because, and at this point, it is way past the canceling ability. Um, I don't think that you've been able to cancel at any point in this actually. After you've already paid for everything, it's pretty much locked in. And trying to go to a company and saying, hey, yeah, I want to cancel all this, even though I've already got everything all done. They've already got. I think it's too much of a pain in the butt to deal with. And a lot of this, okay, so this leads me, and this is not where I intended to go here, but this leads me into something that I've noticed. There's a lot of Kickstarter. There's a lot of issues with how people perceive a Kickstarter, and I know a lot of people who say this, and I see this firsthand. So yeah, going down to the comments may not have been the best idea, Carrie. Oh well, we're there. Um, so the thing is, you have we're in a society now where a lot of things are instantly fulfilled. And a lot of people don't seem to understand that Kickstarter is not Amazon. It is something that requires a lot of things to be moving in the right direction. So, like here we have, someone talking um, about they want to see Catalyst moving to regular quarterly releases, which in fact they have been doing. Um, but then we have people like this guy up here who's like, well, I shouldn't say this guy, this person, um, that oh, I just want to cancel all my stuff. It's taking too long. Or this person right here, um, about how much they made and how 25,000 orders is not a lot. But I've worked logistics. That is a lot. I worked for Russell Stover Candies, and Russell Stover Candies is one of the largest companies involved in like the holiday candy. I want to say it's like the big one actually. They own several other brands, in fact, and I can tell you right now, 25,000 orders is a ton of stuff because I worked. Okay, so where I worked, we handled the entire U.S. Eastern Seaboard. It was a warehouse. I drove forklift. I helped with the line. I helped pack trucks. I've seen how these orders work. You don't like load pallets onto the truck of stuff. No, you have a line that runs down the the middle of what are 2 rows of pallets. And I don't know if this is how QML does it, but I know this is how we did it. And you literally have on those pallets is a different product. and it starts all the way down at the end of the warehouse. One or two boxes or however many. Well, you don't even have boxes yet. So, well, I skipped. So, yeah, you all get to learn about logistics with Carrie today. So, anyway, you have a line that runs all the way to the end of these two rows of pallets. And you have a person who has like a section of each one. They have like maybe two or three pallets on their side of the line. And what their job is to essentially, you have an order sheet. It just literally starts with an order sheet that's handed to the first person. They grab the first product that is available in their section. And then it goes down to the next person and the next person. It's just rolled down this line. And then by the time you get up to the front, you have somebody who has to pack all this in boxes, seal it. You run it through a little machine that does all the taping automatically. Then you have another person who throws it onto a truck. Okay, so 25,000 orders. It's a lot of orders to fulfill, especially when, let's say, these are getting thrown onto a 40-foot tractor trailer. All right. So 40-foot tractor trailer, I want to say each layer could hold 12 boxes, 14 boxes, or no, maybe more than that. But anyway, let's say each order is 2 boxes. It's yeah, it's just a pain, and it's a pain to have to get all this done. And you have to get it done quickly. You have people who are doing it. You have people, you have to account for lunch breaks. You have to account for human error in, like, because I'm sure that at the end, which we had one person doing who would literally audit what got to them. So you're probably talking about a line of people who, I want to say it was like 6 of us on each side, maybe 4 of us on each side, who had to put product onto the line. You get to the boxing part, somebody checks it, makes sure it's all correct, then they put it into the thing, into the boxes, then that gets run through the machine to get the, you know, to get the tape on it. It gets labeled, it gets put on a truck by a human being who's standing in that truck. So it's not just machines picking and throwing things into, or it may be, there may be machine assistance, but it's not. People don't seem to realize how big this actually is, because 25,000 orders is at 2 boxes per person. It is 50,000 boxes. Okay, even at 1 box per person, that's 25,000 boxes. That is a lot of stuff, especially if this is the biggest thing QML has ever done. I doubt they are logistically normally doing orders this big. I mean, a Walmart order for Russell Stover would take us 3 or 4 hours. So, yeah. And that was for one store. So yeah, I could see, mind you, it's a lot bigger than this, but I could see this, and then of course you're also forgetting about the fact that after we put it on that 40-foot truck, it went to another distro center, and that center went and split it up by orders to go wherever they were going. Yeah, there's a lot more manpower and a lot more stuff working here than a lot of people think. Anyway, rant over. Let's keep going. Let's see. Doesn't make House of Rado look popular. Okay, that's a good one. Well, you mentioned item and not the other ones. Dice are a big issue. Okay, so yeah, dice. I mean, I kind of wish the dice would just be released by, wish they would do third party with dice. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. So you decided to complete US, Canada orders while letting Australia, New Zealand, EU, UK, and Asia in the dark for the last 2 months on when they can expect their orders, only to come out with this update. Okay, so they're saying that they're ghosting 6,100 backers, and I don't. Uh, this seems like in bad spirit. Okay, so here's the thing. BattleTech, like, this shows us right here something that is very important. BattleTech, for the most part, is United States, Canada, and then everybody else. And you can kind of see where all this breaks down actually, which is it's kind of nice to have this because it gives us an idea of what kind of market saturation you have for BattleTech, what kind of numbers you'd be looking at. Now, if this were Games Workshop, I would not expect the US to be first on the list. I would expect it to be the UK. Then, well, I mean, as far as numbers, yes, the US is probably going to be first on the list because of just sheer population density and number of people. But as far as fulfillment, I would expect to see UK completely filled if this were a Games Workshop thing. It's not. It's a BattleTech thing. UK, Australia, Asia, all that. I don't expect to be done first. I don't expect them to be on the same timeline as the US because everything's getting sent here first and then everywhere else. So yeah, Commissar Kip, it's kind of a bad faith argument there. 2, 3 weeks. Okay, so here we see somebody else basically saying the same thing. I do see this though, and I don't know how that's going to happen. I do agree with that. But yeah, North America only, or okay, so they're basically asking, is this North America or world? All right. I appreciate all the work everyone at CGL puts out on the Kickstarter. Has been waiting patiently for my rewards to ship. Added as I added House Serrano to my order, that's what's holding it up. Maybe it's something else, but I honestly don't. The bling is nice, but honestly, I don't even know for certain where the challenge coins are from for the first Kickstarter. A drawer box or okay, so this points out something exactly like unless you collect challenge coins, like collect challenge coins, this isn't. I don't know how to put it. This isn't a thing where it's like yeah, like this person says right here, the bling is nice, but honestly, I don't even know for certain where the challenge coins are from the first Kickstarter. A drawer or box or somewhere, I guess. I'm here for the functional game items, minis, maps, books. If I could have made my order without all the rest, I would have, especially if I'd known it was going to hold things up. I'm with you on the next campaign. I just may not be as big if only to cut down on the extras. So yeah, I mean, you're seeing two kinds of things here. One of them is people going, "Hey, I, it's taking too long, blah blah blah," and then you have the others who are saying, "Yeah, look, you don't need all this extra crap." And I sort of agree with that second thought. Like, don't worry, don't get me wrong, I love the miniatures. The miniatures are awesome. I love getting those. The challenge coins are nice to have. The pins are nice to have, but they're not why I'm in the Kickstarter. They're not why I'm sitting here going, I want to get this. It's the minis. Like even the maps. I play Alpha Strike, so the maps are sort of like peripheral to what I want. The books, they're nice little add-ons. But the other stuff, the pins, the patches, you know, I think that should be something that's sold more through just the store, the Catalyst store. Um, And, that way it's there for those who want it, for those who are like, hey, I really want house pins. I really want, all these different things, patches, stuff like that. Because I don't feel like they are something that is integral to the game. Or if you wanted to do a thing with challenge coins, do a thing with challenge coins where, like, okay, so this crosses a few different things. Um, I don't know if the demo team lead is listening to me right now, but it would take coordination with Catalyst and everything else. But if anybody remembers the old privateer press system of um, like it wasn't even I wouldn't even call it competitive play. It was like you had like a league thing, and you would get pins and stuff and patches. Yes, I'm not saying on the same level Privateer Press did. I mean, look where Privateer Press ended up, but something similar to that, where like you do a worldwide event and you send the demo team members pins or patches or challenge coins or something like that. Challenge coins would actually be really cool for this. And like on the front, you would have one image and the worldwide event or something like that. And then on the back, you have the dates of the event and what it affects or what era or whatever. So yeah. Anyway, we have gone for 35 minutes, and I think it's kind of time to wrap this up. I really just wanted to talk about the Kickstarter update, and about how it looks like things are getting better. Things are definitely getting better. Um, so yeah, we're looking at things getting fulfilled. I just think Catalyst is putting themselves in a weird spot with these release dates because now they have the possibility of overpromising and underperforming on this, and it's going to put them in a bad light if they do. So that is everything about this for today. Like I said, I wanted to cover this here simply because if I waited to do this in the podcast episode, it's probably not going to be out till October. I mean, it's already the 24th of November, or sorry, 24th of September. Um, so yeah, I don't expect, I didn't want to wait for that. I wanted to get this out as quick as possible. So once again, if you want to support us, patreon.com/unicorn company. Also, you can go to Fortress Miniatures and Games or to Scrapyard Ork through the links in the description below. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more of what I'm doing, hit subscribe. And this is Carrie signing off. I'm gonna find my meaning, I can make a change. I wanna play the game. You wanna sink or swim?